So that you have the proper context, before watching this video, I strongly recommend that you watch at least the first 4 minutes or so of DonExodus2's video called Dealing with the Functionally Inept. Thank you. Let's get started. Yeah, just FYI, I'm not using any of these clips with permission, so DMCA me if you want to, motherfucker.
So if you're one of these prominent preachers of evolution on YouTube, then I challenge you to a formal debate on the subject of evolution and creation.
Challenge! Challenge!
You have to have at least 1,000 subscribers or it's not worth my time.
Yeah, because it would be really fucking tragic if we wasted your time. Okay, right.
We can put the audio from the debate on YouTube and it'll be fun. I like to expose these people, so I'm interested in squashing a bug.
Well done. What an elegant way to challenge someone to a debate. Jag off.
Some of these evolutionists have a lot of subscribers, and they've made a lot of videos spouting all kinds of pseudoscience as if it were scientific evidence.
Yeah, those idiots just flapping their gums about something that they've never bothered to research. Yeah, let's take a look at one of DonExodus' videos here, a little clip from it. Just, you tell me, jerk off.
How is this possible? Why would the workers be sterile if the genes which cause it are incapable of being passed on? Their fitness should be zero. Well, this phenomenon is termed eusociality, and it exists because the haploid-diploid condition creates what's termed as supersisters. That is to say, these sterile workers are more closely related to their supersisters, that's 3/4 from all the math above, than diploid animals are to their own offspring, that's 1/2. So, from this perspective, it's more advantageous to help raise the offspring of your sisters than it is to raise your own offspring. In fact, it's so advantageous for these organisms to help their sisters that eusociality has evolved independently 11 separate times within the haploid-diploid order Hymenoptera.
Here's another little clip from DonExodus' video, How Evolution Adds Information. Listen and mind.
Now, there are many types of mutations that can occur, but a common and useful type is called a frameshift mutation. Every 3 bases, or letters in DNA, such as A, T, G, C, codes for an amino acid. When you connect those amino acids, you get proteins. So it goes DNA, amino acids, proteins. DNA has a very specific reading frame, where those 3 bases will code for only one amino acid. For example, AGA will always code for arginine, nothing else. ACA will only code for threonine, nothing else. And it's important to note that if you change just one single base in the DNA, every amino acid for the remainder of the gene, and hence the entire protein that the gene makes, will be changed. For example, let's take a look at this. The G in the 4th position of the original gene, that's up at the top, in red. Now, as a result, every single base moved down 1 space. This results in every single amino acid following the mutation to be completely different. So instead of having this gene produce a protein made of histidine, alanine, valine, glycine, etc., it now makes a protein made of glutamine, tryptophan, glycine, and arginine, and so on and so forth. And note that this is a completely different protein, completely different from the original gene's product. So what's more is that the amino acids that a protein is made of determines how it folds, and how it folds completely different.
Has learning occurred yet?
Thus, changing the amino acid sequence in a protein gives it a completely different function. Please note that this is not merely the subtle modification of a gene that's already there. It's a brand new stretch of DNA with a brand new function, and this is precisely how new information is added to an organism's genome. Gene duplication to provide the new stretch of DNA, followed by a mutation which creates a brand new protein. Now this...
So let's see if you've got what it takes to put your money where your mouth is,
You know what? I think he's actually serious about this.
All this when you make a video, where nobody can respond to your assertion.
And so what is it exactly that differentiates your videos from DonExodus2's videos, except for the fact that DonExodus2 allows responses, allows video responses, allows comments, allows channel comments, doesn't have to route his little guide to challenge you to a debate video through someone else's channel because he's too much of a wuss to post it on his own channel where people could actually, I don't know, send a message and respond to the challenge? Did you think about that?
Oh, by the way, what you're about to see are some excerpts from DonExodus2's latest video that he just put up yesterday, 5 days after accepting my offer to debate evolution and creation on Shock of God's Blog Talk Radio channel.
First of all, your original challenge specified nothing about what channel it would be broadcast on, and you definitely said nothing about Shock of God's radio blog channel. All you said was that you were going to record the audio. And secondly, we have this piece of video, which DonExodus2 posted on May 31st.
Eastern Standard Time. It'll be hosted on Blog TV and Blog Talk Radio via Shock of God's channel.
Oh, so look at that. So that means that you guys agreed on both Blog TV and Shock of God's blog radio channel. Isn't that nice of you to compromise? Alright, let's watch some more.
Well, back on May 27th, you accepted my offer to debate evolution and creation on Shock of God's Blog Talk Radio. That's where it's going to be. That's where I'm going to be.
So why was DonExodus2 under the impression that you were going to be on both channels on May 31st? What's wrong with you? Can't you keep track of your own negotiations?
Now, he didn't trust Shock of God as a moderator, so DPR Jones, I believe, is going to be the moderator. But the moderator's not going to make any interjections, no commentary. There's just going to be a stopwatch for us.
The moderator will be DPR Jones as well as Shock of God. They've been firmly instructed that they are not to interject anything other than the time. They are essentially a watch with a pulse.
As it should be. They're not going to make any assertions or ask questions. They're just going to be a stopwatch.
So that it's public and everybody knows, and I'm sure that they'll look forward to it and we'll have a good turnout. Bye.
That was you accepting the offer to debate.
Yeah, that was him initially accepting the offer before you guys negotiated for another few days. Don't you remember? Weren't you there?
And now you say this?
Secondly, the subject will be evolution as it pertains to biology.
Huh? No, it won't. The subject of the debate is evolution and creation.
Wow, well done. You actually found a point where you're not misleading your viewers. You found a point where you're actually being truthful, honest, and open and forthright. Well done. Here, have a cracker with rotting curry meat on it.
On Blog Talk Radio. That was my original offer to debate.
No, it was not.
That's the one you accepted. That's what it's going to be.
Thirdly, the moderator. It'll be DPR Jones and someone of your choosing. End of discussion.
Yeah, it looks like the discussion has come to an end, I guess.
Did anyone else notice that DonExodus2 looked a little bit pissed off in that most recent video of his? Does anyone have any theory as to why that might be? Does anyone have any theory as to why Nephilim wouldn't have included that in this little gem of a piece of video artwork? Here, let me show you a clip of how pissed off DonExodus was, and why he was so pissed off.
So, to give you guys an update, NephlimFree has yet again changed agreed upon details of the debate. So, here's a rundown, basically, of where we are at this point. He has changed key, fundamental, agreed-upon issues of the debate several times in the past 4 days. I personally have spent over 4 hours trying to iron out with these details on him, or with him, rather, only to just have them changed at a whim. Bottom line is that your unprofessionalism is just unacceptable. And I don't really mind if you spend your allotted time during the debate going and talking in circles and wasting people's time, but I have no time or patience for it right now. And what's to keep you from changing the rules in the middle of the debate, which is basically what we're at right now? You are disagreeing with yourself more than a schizophrenic does, and again, I'm getting sick of it and I'm pissed off. I say this just out of practicality. If we go and we spend the time ironing stuff out and then you just go, oops, no, you know what, I changed my mind, and you know what, if you don't agree with it, you're screwed. Sorry, I don't have the time to deal with that. Since this proposal began, I have been very calm. I have given you nothing but respect and courtesy and honesty this entire time. I have let you choose the subject, the place, the format, the topic, the scope, everything. And you still throw it back in my face because that's not good enough. I don't tolerate this caliber of bullshit from actually accomplished people In my own life, let alone you over the internet, it's not going to happen anymore.
All you want to do is try to change the debate and make conditions, and now you want to do it somewhere else completely.
DonExodus, for whatever it's worth, I'm sorry that you had so much of your time wasted by this idiot. Raise your hands and do a thumbs up if you think NephlimFree is full of shit. Anyway, rate, comment, subscribe, channel comment, do whatever you gotta do. My channel is open to everyone. Take care of yourselves. Be good.